Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about how to get your life back together. Now let's begin. Number 1, review your strengths. When your life feels out of your control, you may lose sight of your likes and dislikes, your strengths and weaknesses, your dreams and fears. So the first step toward getting your life back together is to review your individual skill set. In other words, take stock of what you're good at and what you're not, because your strengths and weaknesses may have changed. For example, you may have been disciplined and hyper-productive before, but self-control may not be your strong suit anymore. These days, you're more creative, passionate, and open-minded. The way you worked in the past isn't the way you work now. Your mindset and your goals may have changed because of that rough patch in your life, so it's critical to reassess who you are, how you function, and where you want to improve. Otherwise, you may jump back into your old routine. You may think you can do all the things that you used to do in the same way that you used to do them, but you've changed since then, and so have your strengths and weaknesses. So go ahead and make a list and divide it into 2 columns, one for strengths and the other for weaknesses. In the strength column, write down everything that you believe you do well. Don't write down the things that you excelled at in the past, write down things that you excel at now. And in the same way, make a list of your weaknesses. Now, you may see a few similarities to your old self, but you'll also notice new strengths and new weaknesses that you didn't have before. That's because your list is mapping your personal growth. Ultimately, growth is your number 1 goal, so make a list and put your skill set down on paper. Number 2, the life plan. Now that you've laid out your strengths and weaknesses, it's time to formulate a life plan. A life plan is a visual checklist that you can use to achieve the future you want for yourself. There are a lot of different ways to make your life plan, but we're going to use the 5-year and 10-year system. Here's how it works. Try to envision your life 5 years from now. Think about your home life. Where will you live? Who will you live with? Think about your career. How much will you work? Where will you work? Will you be working in the same field as you are now? Think about your loftiest dreams and your most personal aspirations until you have a clear picture of your life 5 years in the future. Now do the same thing for your life 10 years from now. But this time be a little more ambitious. How would your life turn out if you took several huge leaps forward? Imagine yourself accomplishing long-term goals. Envision yourself overcoming seemingly impossible obstacles. In 10 years, you should be on a happy and fulfilling path toward your definition of success. Whatever that path looks like for you, well, that's your life plan. Number 3, make your map. So you've got your life plan laid out in front of you. So what do you do now? Just think of your dreams and ideals as destinations on a lifelong road trip. Yeah, your goal is to reach those destinations, but in order to get there, you need to travel the immense distance between your present and your future. However, there's only one way to cross a long distance. You have to do it one step at a time. In other words, you need to create short-term goals that gradually guide you toward your ultimate directive. Every short-term goal that you accomplish nudges you further in your life plan. As long as you're focused on achieving that plan, then you can never go wrong. For example, let's say you dream of being a photographer living in the Big Apple, but right now you're not a photographer and you're not living anywhere close to New York. So how can you use short-term goals to make your life plan a reality? Before you become a famous photographer, you need to learn how to use a camera, edit photos, and capture memorable shots. So let's brainstorm some short-term goals. Step number 1, take a photography course. Step number 2, learn how to use a photo editing software. Step number 3, invest in a professional camera. Each step is small and manageable, but together they guide you toward a larger goal. And just like that, your long-term dreams become real possibilities. Now, break your life plan down into smaller steps. Think about your destination and the steps that will get you there. Not only do you have a goal, but you have directions to get there, and with those directions, you can take your life almost anywhere. Number 4, fight your complainer. As you reinvent your dreams and goals, a little part of your brain is going to sabotage your progress. This discouraging voice in your head complains about every ounce of work that you have to do. It convinces you to take shortcuts and it motivates you to compromise on things that you want for yourself. That voice in your head is called your complainer, and it will be your greatest obstacle as you pursue a better life. Because your complainer wants to take the easy way out as often as possible, whenever you face a challenge, your complainer wants to gripe and wallow instead of doing the work. So if you want to put your life back together, then you have to silence this negative voice in your head. Try not to complain or feel sorry for yourself, because self-improvement is a commitment that you have to make. You have to invest in yourself. In other words, you're not going to get your life together by complaining about how bad things are. You're going to get your life together by taking action, working hard, and witnessing your own growth. So right now, convince your complainer of one inescapable truth. Self-improvement is hard work. There's no way around it, and there's no use in complaining about it. Let that fact sink in. When you've decided your progress is worth the effort, get started, make changes, and no matter what, stay positive. Number 5. Organize your space. Not every step you take will directly transform your life. For example, this helpful habit has a profound impact on your lifestyle, even if you don't realize anything's changed. First, pick a space that you inhabit every day. It could be an office, it could be a bedroom, but just take a hard look at that space and ask yourself, do I like living, working, or sleeping here? Does this space help me work at my best or relax when I need to? The spaces in your life are the backdrop for your goals, habits, and passions. These important locations influence your ability to do what you want to do. That includes putting your life back together. If you're in the process of reinventing yourself, you can start by reinventing your space, because the background should never interfere with the foreground. A messy office space, for example, inhibits your concentration. In the same way, a loud, uncomfortable bedroom decreases the quality of your sleep, which affects your energy and your work ethic. So to put your life back together, create spaces in which you envision yourself succeeding. Organize and streamline your room and office so that each space accomplishes a purpose to the best of its ability. If you're organizing an office, focus on productivity, concentration, and creativity. If you're putting together a bedroom, just make it relaxing and cozy. If you take the time to improve the spaces that you occupy, those spaces will work for you. Your office will encourage you to be productive, your bedroom will help you relax and unwind, and that way your environment will never stand in the way of your success. Number 6. Use your creativity. Personal and professional passions don't always line up. You may have lofty professional ambitions, but you also have hobbies that make you happy. For example, many successful people write, draw, or play music in their free time. These creative hobbies act as an outlet for their stress, anxiety, and restless energy. Artistic hobbies give you the chance to think differently and express yourself in ways that you can't communicate otherwise. As you're putting your life back together, engage with any creative passions that you may have lost. Hey, don't think about work all day, every day. Instead, give yourself time and space to be creative. It may not earn you a steady paycheck, but if it makes you happy, it's worth doing. Number 7. Track your progress. As you reinvent and reinvigorate your lifestyle, you may not feel like you're making progress. You may be so focused on your long-term goals that you don't notice the little improvements that you're making every day. That's why it's important to keep track of the changes that you're making and record every tiny victory you achieve. This is especially important when you've gone through a rough patch in your life. During that rough period, you may not have felt like yourself. You may have lost touch with the healthy, productive habits that you used to have. But now that you've decided to improve yourself, you may be comparing your current state to the way you were before, but that's not a healthy or useful comparison. Instead, compare yourself to the way you were yesterday or last week. Encourage yourself to keep improving little by little, day after day, because progress is slow and it's almost invisible when you're the one making changes. So write down a daily record of your progress. Every once in a while, look back at everything you've done, celebrate your growth, and be proud of how far you've come. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.